Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So our swing video got 10 likes, so today I'm going to show you how you can make your own DIY tree swing, which can actually go pretty high with someone on it. So let's get to the first step. So the first step to making a giant tree swing is of course finding the right tree. So we've made 3 tree swings before, so I'll just come over here and show you a previous tree swing which is slightly smaller, and at the moment we've actually removed where you'd sit on it, so it's almost a foot swing. So there you go, you can see you've got the loop here. This one is a lot smaller, it's probably about 1/3 to half of the size, and as you can see just up in there, it's kind of hard to point out, but there's a rope that wraps around a lot of small branches, as this tree is slightly thinner. But by wrapping the rope around almost up to around 15 branches, we made a very strong swing. As you can see, if I pull on it, there's not much movement. Now some of the leaves will sway on this one, but that's one of the options you can do, and I'll show you what kind of knot you have to tie in order to do a multiple branch swing. Now the parallel opposite is of course a slightly bigger tree which has not as many branches. As you can see from a previous video, we've camped up in this tree. I'll leave a link right here. But with this big tree here with not many branches, you are more likely to hang it off one. As you can see, there's the connection point, as it goes through a different branch to keep it out straight, and then comes all the way down to the ground. So you need to know how high you want your swing to be, and you need to make sure that the branch or the branches are going to be strong enough. You don't want them to be brittle, so as soon as you apply force on them, they're going to snap. You want there to be as little movement as possible when you swing and you apply your full body weight on the swing. Otherwise, it could be quite hazardous. After you've decided which tree you're going to use for the swing and what method, either it's going to be around a lot of thinner branches or thick ones, or it's just going to be around one big one, then you're going to have to use 2 different types of knot methods. First knot method for multiple small branches is a loop method, and basically what you want to do is you want to get your rope, and the rope thickness I'd recommend for one of these types of tree swings is about the thickness of an average size pinky, as you can see there, because once you've doubled it up, or if it's slightly lower around lots of other branches, it's going to be really tight. Ropes are usually really strong because it's loads of individual threads that have been weaved together. So what you want to do for this first rope method is you want to get it into a loop. Now you want to tie it around like so. Easily double knot it, triple knot it. I'd probably give a bit more slack here so you have some extra rope to tie it around, but this is just a very simple demonstration. So you want to, once you've got like really tight loop and it's not going to come loose with any pressure, like you can pull against it with your foot and put a lot of body weight on it and it's not going to come undone. Well, you want to get the ends of the rope, so the other end, this is quite a weird rope, but you want to thread it through around multiple types of branches in here. You don't want to put this around the branches, you want to put the whole rope around. And as you can see, when you pull it through like so, it's going to create a secondary loop that's going to come here, and no matter how big that this loop is, it will probably tighten as well. So you can make a noose, and that would tighten really tightly around the tree. And there you go. That is super tight. it's not going to come loose once you put loads of weight on it, and you can easily swing off a branch, or you can have multiple branches and that's going to pull them all together almost to make one thick branch. Now that's one way of doing it, and you can use this method. I highly recommend this one on lower trees, but you could use it on a bigger branch if you've got a lower tree that you're going to use it on but there's not a lot of branches. But for a higher up tree, I wouldn't probably use this method because it's really hard to then get down. You'd have to climb all the way up and untie it or saw it loose, and then you might accidentally just leave, you know, a big rope hanging, which wouldn't look nice. So the second method, which I would recommend, is the double up method. So the double up method is probably slightly easier, and I'd use this on a high tree, especially if you're not going to be able to climb up and secure it on. If you have to use maybe a rock on the end of rope to chuck it over the branch that you're going to use, then the double up method works really well, because basically what you do is, say this is the branch, which is quite long. Once you get the rope over and you've got it all equal, you just have it like that, and where the rope ends, so say this is where the swing is, you're gonna tie this together here super tight, and then this acts as almost one rope itself. And the other way, once you've done that, to make it even stronger, is you're gonna twist the actual rope here around and around, as you can see on the other tree that we've done, and that makes the rope super duper strong, and it almost just binds it together. Rather than when you swing, one side gets looser than the other, this will make it all into one actual just long rope. It's like you've basically weaved two of the ropes together. Now I'm going to show you how we've done it on the other tree. Now that you know the different knot methods, I'm going to show you how we actually completed this big swing. So the first thing we did is I climbed up this tree, and we managed to throw one end of the rope, which was attached to a rock, and the other end we left down here, and I got up to about halfway on the tree because it's really hard to climb higher up, and I threw this over the top branch and it comes down, and then they came down two together around the branch we were going to use. And basically what we next did is we twisted them round and round to create a bind up here, and then we tied a knot, and basically what that stops it from doing is spinning around here as much as it would do. And then these come straight down, and we tied it round like so, using the two ropes around the log that we're going to use as the seat. And once we've done that around 10 times, I'd recommend in total, so like 5 on each side, which gives it really strong log structure, so this is not going to break, and it's not going to, you know, it's really hard for it to slide out. We used both ends, and then we tied them into a knot, and then added a separate rope which you can use to pull the person up and down the swing. For this slightly smaller swing, what we did is, originally we had a log on here like so, but I climbed up this tree to the point where I wanted to put the swing point, obviously, and I did the loop method and put it round about 5 branches, and then let the rope come through a Y point, which I'll show you, up the tree. So as you can see, I'll put an arrow, but we put it in through that Y point, and what that does is it secured the arc of trajectory for this swing. We've taken the seat off it because we used it for that swing now. It's a bit of a stronger log, but that is how you would do it on a swing that you want to have slightly lower. I mean, this one comes out about 5 meters or so on either side, and it's a very good kind of beginner swing, but we definitely enjoy the bigger one a lot more. But this is quite a nice, you know, tree swing where you can just chill out and have a smaller swing on it. Now that you've seen how to build one of these swings, let's show you what it can do.
Okay, I'll get up.
Check outside your door.
Dolphin,